Colby, have you heard?
What's that, Barry?
A fraud purchaser. Oh, this it's so hard. This one was so hard for quotes, right?
It was, yes. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the last Halloween, or not Halloween, Christmas movie of December.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't know if this is gonna fall before or after Christmas, so apologies.
Right.
But before we get to talking about today's movie, let's go ahead and do our little trailer. Even me writing the trailer this time, it was pretty short. I'm not gonna lie to you there. But Mother Krampus or Christmas Freddy? What happens when suburban families take matters into their own hands? When they create a witch that lives in the forest, snatching up children and making her own very English barbecue. Let's find out in 2017's Mother Krampus. I don't even have to do the whole review. That's the whole movie right there.
That is pretty much it. Yeah.
No, so the way I think it'd be so much more funnier or fun for us if we just kind of just talk about this movie with like a very
but the kind of like tongue in cheek.
Yeah, this plot is so bad. This movie is so badly written.
They try to make a twist.
Oh, yeah, which probably is the best part.
Right. So this is our third Christmas season that we're doing movie reviews. In the first season, we did Krampus.
Yep.
In the second season last year, we did
I think a
Christmas horror story.
Yeah.
That was like 3 stories, and one of them was a Krampus story. And inadvertently, we also did Rare Exports, which is a Santa / Krampus kind of movie. And those were rated as the top 3 Krampus movies of all time.
Was that rated as a Krampus movie?
It was. Man. So, looking at the list, we were like, well, obviously, we got to go to Krampus rating number 4. And then this was much less a Krampus movie than expected.
Yeah, so I wanted to go into this blind, so I didn't watch the trailer, I didn't read any reviews. I was like, all right, cool, we get to see the mother of Krampus.
Right, and I read the little blurb, and it talks about the witch who kidnaps children who are bad at Christmas time. In my head, I'm like, oh, maybe this is a different country's kind of take on Krampus, and it's a witch instead of a demon. But yeah, that didn't really
pan out.
That didn't really pan out.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, all right, when are we gonna get some lore, right? Like some lore about Krampus on. I thought the lady in the black that was in here, right. She was like, oh yeah, she's from ancient times and all that stuff. No, she was like a broad from like 30 years ago. Yeah. So I did look into it, and there is a story of this Frau Percher, whatever it was, who did come at Christmas time, the 12 days before Christmas, and she would come as a beautiful young woman and hand presents to the good children, and then she would come as a scary old woman and basically tar and feather, just like Jesus, horribly punish the bad children. So like it was
really loosely based off of that like fable.
Yeah, I feel like because I really wish this movie was about Frau Percher, but it was about some lady, Molly, from 30 years ago, right? And then so we're led to believe that Frau Percher is like still this figure or maybe this deity in this suburban town that made Molly become like an avatar of hate.
Right.
Right. But here, before we get into, I guess we'll do like a very short overview, right? So our main character is this girl, probably like in elementary school.
Yep.
6th grade probably, and it's mainly revolving around her newly divorced mother,
right,
or separated, not divorced, as they go to a holiday with their granddad.
Yeah.
And while all of this is happening, kids are getting snatched up left and right. You know, it's like someone just set loose R. Kelly in a middle school.
but R. Kelly, if you're listening, we apologize. That's just a joke.
No, we don't. I think he's in jail.
Okay, yeah.
He's never gonna hear this.
Maybe this is like prison podcast. Like they're like, this is clean. We can let you listen to this. It's about movies that you're not gonna want to see anyway.
That's never on TV.
Yeah.
But and so we don't really see a connection, right, with all the kids that are getting snatched up until midway through the movie. Just random kids are getting snatched up. So see, like it's like really the plot progression is kind of weird. But the granddad, while his kid and his granddaughter are there, is visited by another old lady. Mm-hmm. Who I was just like, maybe she's like a neighbor.
Right, she's just like the crazy old woman from the town.
Yeah, but then she's like, she's back. That's Scottish, I think.
Yeah,
she's back. And so we're really confused, right? Until she's like, just follow me to the church tomorrow, and everyone's gonna be meeting there.
Right.
And this is kind of like where we get our main expedition. How do you say
like the explanation?
Yeah, just explanation, right? Exposition dump, right?
Yeah.
So we have these families that are gathered around this church where a child just got snatched up.
Right.
And everyone's like, she's back. So you're really clouded in the mystery of this movie, right?
Right. And so it makes it appear that there's it must be 10 people at the church, and half of them were around for this Molly disappearing, for like being this child murderer who they kind of make it sound like they'd run her out of town, and then the other half are like the grown children of people who were part of that running her out of town.
Yeah, and so when it's revealed that they killed her.
Yeah.
The younger kids were like, that was my parents. That wasn't me. I'm not a part of this.
Yeah. So it was kind of like when you said in the little thing, like it's this Freddy Krueger. Right. It's basically the parents were like, oh, you're killing our children. So we were going to basically wrangle you up, take you out into the forest and hang you.
Yeah.
After one of us randomly stabs you with a machete.
And so in this one, like even the children of the people who participated in this murder are gonna get affected, right? So they're trying to formulate a plan. One of them doesn't believe. He's just like, it's all just an urban legend, but something keeps eating at the back of his mind, right?
Yep.
Because so he excuses himself or just leaves the church, and he runs into, I believe Amy is her name, one of our main characters.
Yeah. And,
she's like, go in there if you want to, buy into all that urban legend bullshit. But then he's going home to make sure his kid is all right.
Right. Yeah. Calling in the car and they don't answer. And he starts to panic. So from this portion of the movie and before, it was great because they were kind of approaching this creepy figure very much like Jaws. You catch glimpses of her.
some of like the action. She doesn't talk,
Right.
and so she's this very mysterious type of figure of evil, right? And then so we get to this part where this guy's going home, and the babysitter is trying to freak out the kid because she's like, "Oh, you want me to tell you?" Because this kid's an asshole. She's like, "We're paying you, so you better shut up. My parents are paying you."
The kids in this were all brats. Like
except for Ron Howard. You know,
yeah.
what a sweet guy.
Yep.
Freaking, I didn't even know he was like around there. It seemed like in the beginning when they went to go visit the granddad, he lived very far.
I thought that too, and then it was like, I'm just gonna ride my bike to his house.
Right. Yeah, super sweet kid, right? And so she's like, "Oh, let me tell you about the story about Percher, what's her name? Frau Percher, right?"
Yeah.
And you know, she kind of gives her the same lore that you give like Candyman or Bloody Mary. She's like, "If you look into a mirror and you say Frau Percher 3 times, she'll appear right behind you."
Yep.
But you gotta sell it, right? You gotta sell it. You gotta turn up the theatrics when you're telling kids these type of stories. Right?
Oh yeah. And she did a decent job. She scaried up the story, and then the girl said it twice, and she's like, "I know you couldn't say it a third time, you chicken."
But then when she says it the third time, the candle blows out.
Yeah. And
then we get Molly. We get Molly too much.
Yeah.
It's like when when you watch, I believe it was Alien 3 or something. One of the Alien movies just had too much light. Mm-hmm. And so the xenomorph couldn't creep around as stealthily as you wanted.
Yeah.
And this is what happens, right? We see what's it called? Molly is there terrorizing the two, kind of messing with them. She's able to teleport all over the place because she's like behind them, and then now she's in another room.
Right. Grabs the kid, brings him into a tent, and then they look in the tent, and the tent is empty.
Yeah. So, and so in this one, you that was a good scene, right? With the kid with the tent, and then she gets snatched up. Awesome. Because you don't see her. Listen, if you have a low budget movie, very sparse, don't show the monster that much.
Right. Yes.
Because that's what that was.
Hide him in the shadows. Yeah. That the old 70s practical effect trick. Yeah.
Because that was like my whole issue with the last 40 minutes of this movie. It was like 30 minutes at least? Because then I like checked the time and I was like, oh fuck, there's still 25 minutes.
Right. Once they decided to, once she followed him to Amy's house.
Yeah.
Then it was just like.
Well, they're the last, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, and so, but we do have somewhat creative kills. I do like the kills in here, for the most part.
Yeah.
Because she kills this babysitter, like guts her, and then like puts Christmas lights inside of her, and then stitches it back together.
Right, and then hangs her up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it was like it was on that that little symbol that she kept drawing.
Yep.
Right, and so I was like, all right, that's cool, but like, man, I wish it was like take some notes from like old school Japanese horror, and then like this would have been amazing if it was directed by like a Japanese director in England, right? And so everyone's obviously freaked out. The families are getting whittled down because kids are getting snatched up. Now even the babysitter who had nothing to do with it probably got killed,
right?
Because she was in the way,
just because she was there.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad that they didn't have to show kids getting murdered. Mm-hmm. Those are always kind of like hard to watch.
Well, because the kids weren't getting murdered that you find out at the end.
Oh, I thought it was only the daughter that wasn't that was safe.
No, I think they disappeared them all too.
Wait, are you saying that we have a Begooled situation, like Sinister?
Yep.
Maybe they're creating like a coven or something like that.
Maybe, because there is a Mother Krampus too that may explain that. because they don't really explain it. They just she
Yeah, she just...
let's jump. That's we jumped right to the end there. Sorry.
Well, okay, so what's it called? The sweet kid, he gets picked up by somebody, and it's actually one of the girls from the church, one of the daughters of the families that killed this woman. So as they're going home, everything looks okay, but then they see some candles in the woods, and they're like, "Oh, let's investigate." That's the number one thing. You're like, "Nope. Don't want to look at that."
Right, yeah. But a bunch of children have just disappeared in this town. So let's walk through the forest home and then stop at this shrine with candles.
Well, I don't think the walking through the forest they can help because it looks like a pretty...
They could have stayed on a street.
Maybe that's the pathway. That's the path through the forest. Don't veer from the path.
She looked old enough to be able to
discern that, right?
Yeah.
But and so this girl gets killed, and then she gets cookie cuttered.
That was super interesting. I really kind of enjoyed that.
It's a holiday kill.
It is.
But then then she, she's like, "Oh, it's really good human chicharron." Because she starts grilling it, and the kid gets snatched up. Ron Howard gets snatched up.
Right.
And we never get to see him again, which is unfortunate, right?
Right, because you don't see him get killed. He gets put in the bag and then carried off.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. But then, she should have just snatched him in the classroom, too. But maybe there wasn't enough time because the teacher came back, right?
Teachers.
And so, really, we get to the final part of the movie, the final, 45 minutes of the movie. The girl's dad comes with his new girlfriend.
Right.
Who, for a second, I was like, is that Keira Knightley? No, there's no way. This movie, this movie cannot afford Keira Knightley.
She lost a bet somewhere.
Right. Oh, right. Or maybe she owed, a director, all right, fine, I'll be in a movie for your PA or something like that. Yeah, but she kind of, I was like, that has to be Keira Knightley's sister or something. Apparently, she's, a British lifestyle YouTuber.
Okay.
So good for her, getting her IMDb credits up,
Yeah, definitely.
And as far as people that are she's not a stepmother because they're not married or anything, but she was pretty nice for the most part. She was pretty pleasant.
She tried.
Yeah, she was engaging with the kid.
And that kid was a brat.
Well, the separation is still fresh.
Oh, yeah,
it's been 2 months.
She was a brat even at school, the first scene before you even found out about separated parents.
Oh. Well, she daddy's princess, so, and but then, what's it called? The dad and, his daughter, Amy, they were trying, they had to go back to the church.
Right.
To meet up with the, old lady who doesn't show up.
Yep.
And this is where the dad figures out, oh my God, they're all gone. Oh.
And he kind of spills the beans, and he tells his daughter that
she used to have a sister.
Yeah, that they killed somebody, and she's like, how am I involved with this? Or because your child didn't disappear because I'm an only child. And he's like, you're an only child once your older sister was murdered.
Yeah, and then they figure out that after they do the little fabric thing that a lot of murder mysteries love to do, that his granddaughter is the final piece.
Yeah.
And so they rush home, and we have 45 minutes of just seeing this lady.
And she gains new power. She's force choking the guy or the girl.
Everybody.
She puts her hand on the guy's face and burns his skin with her touch.
Yeah.
And then she has that great dad's new girlfriend kill that was just super excessive.
Yeah, after surviving getting stabbed, right?
Right, in the throat with a candy cane.
With a candy cane, right? Listen, there is nothing wrong for you to just dip. You know, you've been with this guy for like 2 months. I feel like meeting his old family is a little bit too much for 2 months. Like, let alone risking your life. Because, like, before she gets killed, she sees the daughter behind the tree.
Yeah.
By the way, like, terrible hiding space. Like, I guess this ghost was real, or this, Molly was really trying to, you know, ham up the fear factor, right? Maybe the more fear that this family has, the more new power she gains, right? But, yeah, you know, when she gets killed, I was like, oh, you know, oh, you should have just left, homie. Because I think she gets it, like, probably the worst.
Right, and she's not part of the family. She's not even really part of this town. Yeah, she could have gotten in the car, driven off, and just been safe.
Yeah, I would have, like, at the beginning of it all, when she was like, I'm just gonna wait in the car after they had this huge blowout at dinner, I was like, I would have just left. I was like, this is fucking awkward.
Yep.
Because, you know, Amy, who's, you know, oh, also, okay, the visible age difference between Amy and fucking Harlow or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It looked like he could be her son.
Right. Yeah, she was definitely looked 10 years older than him, and then his new girlfriend looked 10 years younger than he did.
Yeah.
So
I was like, this age disparity is kind of throwing me off. Like, you couldn't just get, like, you know, someone maybe in their 30s. You know, this guy might be in his 30s, but just have, like, a really great skin routine. But I was like, man, this is kind of weird. Especially when they get to the moments where they're, like, kind of reconciling over all this tragedy that's happening. Mm-hmm. I was like, no, this is weird. It's still weird. But yeah, Debbie's death was probably the worst, and because she gets tied up like a Christmas ham or Christmas turkey,
right,
and she gets the
electric meat carver.
Oh man, and it's through, like, I was like, no, first, there's no way that electric carver is going through her spine. That thing will jam up so quick.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah. And then she starts carving pieces out of her.
Yep.
And so in this time, no one was just like, I'm going to get in this car and get the fuck out of here. I think it takes time to, like, electric meat carve somebody.
Right. And I would have to say, I mean, like, she eventually went back, but Mom was like, I don't care that my daughter is stuck in the house with, like, super killer. I'm gonna go outside with Dad.
Yeah,
we're just gonna hide outside the cabin, and I don't care about my chubby bratty daughter.
Yeah. There's a lot of moments where I was like, shouldn't you be looking for your daughter? You're taking a lot of time together. Like when they're in the closet and they're like, oh, I'm so in love with you. Like, I'm still in love with you. I just felt inadequate. It was all too much too soon. And, I was like, dude, this is taking a long time. Like, are you even wondering about your daughter?
Right.
And, forget about Granddad. He's what's it called? Sloppily tied up with some Christmas lights. Like, I was like, listen, if I ever get it to an age where someone ties me up with some Christmas lights, not like really tight, not like a Boy Scout, Eagle Scout tight,
right?
But I'm talking about like, like when you have two little kids and they like run around you tying you up, like that.
Yes.
If I ever get to an age where I can't bust a flex out of there, just put me in the ground.
Yeah. This is like your niece tied you to a chair and you have to just pretend that the knots are sufficient to hold you down.
But it's so as Granddad is outside tied up very loosely, Amy and the daughter are in the bathroom. What's it called? Harlow, who went out there to look for Amy, he got tied up by Molly and then fed Debbie.
Yes.
And then he throws up like soup.
They didn't really show it, but I assume that
they had some soup.
that like she just every time he threw up, she was just like, well, I'm going to take another piece and stick it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because, like, it seemed like he was constantly chewing and then throwing up. But you only saw her, like, stick one piece in his mouth. So I had to bridge that gap and say, no, she's feeding the whole tray of Debbie to him.
And then I was like, oh, I guess he's dead. And then he starts waking back up. I was like, he's not dead yet?
Right, because you get the first knockout.
Yeah.
And then you get the burn his face with her magic hand powers, throw him to the floor, you think he's dead. Then you get
the food, or whatever.
The food, and choked to death with
they like the Christmas
lights, and then he comes back. He's a resilient guy.
Yeah,
and
she's sloppy.
And he's in love with his ex-wife, and he does seem to, at least he stays in the house trying to protect his daughter.
Yeah.
He wasn't just like, I'm going to go hang out outside, get some fresh air.
Yeah, and then what's it called? Amy and the daughter, they're in the bathroom, and then he wakes up, grabs the axe, but now his hearing is gone. And so as they're like yelling, he doesn't hear, but he thinks like the witch is in there, but then the witch is watching from down the hallway.
Right. Yes, because he's wiggling the handle, and they think it's the witch trying to come in, so they start screaming, and when they start screaming, he thinks the witch is in there with them, so he's like, I'm just going to chop down this door.
And you could already see this coming from a mile away, right? Yeah. She's like putting her face to the door, but then she gets chopped up from the back.
Yeah.
Because she stands up, and I guess this guy has one hell of a home run. But and then he gets freaking Indiana Jones, Raider of the Lost Ark, Kali Mod.
That was another strange... I mean, it was a cool death.
Yeah.
But it was strange. He just was like, I'm going to death stare you for a minute. And Frau Molly was just like, you know what? If you're going to be giving me the stink eye, I'm just going to rip your heart out.
Yeah, like he sets the axe down, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go at it like two blokes at the pub."
Yeah, he's full on trying to sweat her.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you can't. This is a ghost at this point. You can't sweat a ghost. They have nothing left to fear, right? And then he gets his heart crushed.
Yeah.
And what's it called? And then Amy dies, and then Molly goes in there, and she's telling the girl, she's like, "Hey, chill out. I'm trying to save you from these monsters." And then she like touches her and like force projects what really happened.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna say this is the best part. Was it worth like the 40 minutes of this? Probably not.
So okay. Also, if you haven't seen this and you don't want a spoiler.
Oh yeah.
Skip ahead like a minute. It's short.
We'll do like 5 minutes just in case, right? But yeah, so she starts to force project what actually happened, and it was actually her grandmother, Amy's mother, who
is a crazy woman.
Yeah, she's freaking La Rona of this like small English village.
Yeah.
She was killing little kids and stuff. Like, you never got a full scope of that either.
Right.
And we find out that, she's the one that pointed the blame towards Molly first. Because I think Molly's daughter was like the first one gone.
Yeah.
And then the husband finds out Dude, shitty cop, by the way. You do find out in the middle of a movie he's a cop. Shitty cop if you can't find out that your wife is a serial child killer.
And as a cop, and you have like this woman who has just killed 11 children.
Yeah.
You as the cop, you probably take her to jail.
Yeah.
You don't start the lynch mob and then take her out into the forest and hang her.
Yeah. Well, he also killed their own daughter.
Well, that because he was the 12th, and so he killed his own daughter because he was like, everybody's gonna start looking at us and think that it was that we had something to do with it if we're the only family in town who's didn't have a child who died. Oh. So I killed our child to protect you.
To protect your secret.
Grandma.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what? That's a no, man. You take your wife in, and then you move to a different country.
or you you divorce her
Yeah.
and send her to jail.
Well, if you're still married, like, is there time to get divorced while there's like a proceedings of? Can you get that expedited? To like, hey, my wife is on trial for serial child killing. Can we cut that off real quick? Yeah.
Anyway, we get this annulled.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say that she was ever my wife.
I know, man. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Why would you kill your own daughter? You're a cop. Yeah. Do you love her that much?
Well, this isn't another country. This is another country. This is, I don't know, somewhere in England. So, right? So maybe they love their firstborn much less.
No country loves their firstborn less.
They have that belief where, my love for my wife is stronger than the love for my children, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, like a very
stretching there.
God, what is it called? Like a very like I never wanted kids, my wife wanted them. Alright, situation. Maybe she wanted kids so she could be like, oh, I can kill them.
Right, but they didn't go in enough to explain why she was killing the children.
Yeah, she's just crazy. But then, so like the granddaughter comes out, the granddad's like, "Oh, sweetheart, we have to go. We have to leave now." And she's like, "Get away from me, you monster! You killed mom's sister." And then she stabs the granddad, I think by accident, because he tries to like pick her up, like she just had it as protection, but
right. And when he comes over and grabs her to put her in the car,
and I don't think he dies at the end. I think he just has to live with that whole situation.
Right? Yeah.
Because what's it called? The mother, or like his ex-wife, she gets her throat slashed or something.
Yep.
Yeah, probably the best way for that character to go away. She probably should have got chopped in half like Jason. Or like freaking how Willie did the sheriff in Willy's Wonderland, another past episode from the Who Watches This podcast.
Yes.
There's another news Nicolas Cage movie out now. They're like in some sort of Phantom Land or something.
I'm down. We got to figure out what's going to be our annual Nicolas Cage month.
Oh no, we should have what's it called? One of those we should have a month, right, where it's like a different type of Nicolas Cage actor. Like we have a Keanu week. Like it's just for like these very enigmatic actors.
Yes.
That you don't know what they're doing, but you have to watch it because it's that actor. Like maybe an enigmatic month.
Yes. No, we could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. But the movie ends with the granddaughter walking into the woods with Molly, and granddad is like, "No,
yep,
no." Now you have no family, bro. I mean, it's hard to not say that you don't know where he's coming from, but like obviously, like you should have just arrested your wife. I know, like he's like, "No, I have to cover this up because then our family will get blamed for it, and then my daughter won't be able to grow up."
If he would have just arrested Molly, she would have been in jail.
Right? Yeah, you don't have to Freddy Krueger her.
Right. She while she was hanging, that's when she did the Fraulein curse you and your future children or whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, what's the worst if you... Okay, it's messed up if you frame somebody, but...
Right, nobody's ever gone to jail and said, "Oh, I'm going to give you a curse from prison." No, it's hanging from a tree, you give them a curse, that's the curse that sticks.
Yeah, and obviously, like, when you take it to investigation, they're going to be like, these things don't add up, she has an alibi, and then you're like, oh man, the killer must be loose, maybe he already skipped town.
Right.
But then, like, you know what your wife is. You can't stay with your wife. Because he did leave her after that.
He did, yeah.
He's like, you have to stay away from me and the daughter I didn't kill. Like, who's the monster now, you know?
Yeah.
I guess 11 is way worse than 1, but, you know, I feel like when you kill your own daughter, that kind of adds, like, 10 automatically. Oh, man, this movie is this movie felt like a movie made by a college student.
Okay, so I looked into that, too. Because it was like, I've never heard of this company. Maybe that's just because it's like a European company.
Yeah.
And they are not necessarily like a parody movie company, but they are like a cheap copy movie company.
Oh, like Asylum?
So they are like an Asylum or a Full Moon.
No, Full Moon does a lot of originals.
Well, Full Moon does a lot of original. You're right. Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, they're like an Asylum, and that's kind of what they're known for. And they've been at this point they were around at like 4 years. So they're like 8 years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what all their movies are. And apparently, a lot of the actors and actresses in this are in a lot of their other movies because it's kind of like an in-house production.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, so they kind of
it's like Happy Madison.
But if you go to their website, they are actually doing auditions for upcoming movies. So if anybody is going to be in England and wants to be in a Asylum type kind of copycat movie, it looks like they're all horror. Yeah,
because those are the cheapest.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing auditions, hiring people all the time. It only had like 1,500 people following, so they're probably pretty good chance that if you're a decent actor, you get a job.
No. If you're a decent actor, don't go here.
Everybody's got to have that one first movie.
No, go to porn like Stallone. Look where he's at.
It was like Jennifer Aniston was like in Leprechaun.
Leprechaun is an American classic.
Courtney Cox was in a Duran Duran video.
And a Springsteen was it
Springsteen? Maybe it was Springsteen.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely no. If you're just starting out and you need to get some credits in there, if you are decent, you will look like the Leonardo DiCaprio in these films.
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr. type of charisma. You just, the thing about it is, right, especially if you're like starting out, you can't phone it in. You can't be like, this is a shit movie, I'm getting shit pay, I'm just gonna do the bare minimum.
Right. No, it's your first couple movies, you're like, this is a crappy movie and I'm barely getting paid, but this is my chance to ham it up and make a name for myself.
Right.
I want future me to look back and be like, this movie would have failed worse without me.
Yeah, like you need to like channel some of that Gary Oldman, Christopher Walken type of energy into these shitty movies.
Yep.
That way people could be like, wow, you were the only amazing thing on that film.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
you're the actor that got me through that movie. So like, does London have their very own sci-fi then, where they're just showing these movies?
It is all like they're all like straight to DVD kind of thing. So I don't know. Maybe they do have some kind of channel over there.
Yeah, because I figure like that would get you. I think that would get like a lot more ad revenue versus like just going straight to DVD.
Right. Or there may be a possibility that you got like a Netflix. Maybe it is Netflix, because I know that.
Oh yeah,
I know that Netflix is like.
Netflix UK.
They mentioned that they were going to show all like the Studio Ghibli movies on Netflix, and I was like, oh, Miyazaki stuff, I love that. And I looked into it, and they're like, oh no, that's on Japanese Netflix. And then as I kind of looked in, there's a ton of movies that aren't released here.
Unless you have NordVPN. Go ahead and check out now. NordVPN, if you want to go ahead and check out other movies from other countries, you could definitely do that just by switching your IP address. Now, if you want to get on NordVPN, go to nordvpn.com/whowatchesthispodcast. I wish we had a sponsorship.
Right.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, I do know that, after watching so much YouTube, right?
Right. Yep.
NordVPN, ExpressVPN, you get to watch all these. Yeah, there's so much anime on Japanese Netflix.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure in Korean Netflix there's so many Korean dramas. Yeah, so maybe it is just like one of those, like, all right, let's put it on UK Netflix.
It's kind of just regional. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully. No, I was kidding. No, this movie is funny. Let's go ahead and do our other segment, Colby. High star, low star.
I'm gonna guess there's not a 5-star.
There is.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 5-star in here. Get my glasses on so I can see this.
Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and boop. There you go.
So we got S. Robertson, 5 out of 5 stars. Creepy holiday movie. I really enjoyed the ambiance through this film, although it seems to be severely underrated for what it is in its genre. I believe it will become a cult hit such as Santa's Sleigh and Rare Imports, which are other horror holiday films that have gained notoriety far after their releases. I could see that. I could see people following this, especially since there's a part 2 that I haven't seen yet, but I will watch it.
The notoriety is gonna come in for because it has Krampus on top of this movie. All right, so we have a 1 out of 5 from Wallet Boyniak. I can't believe I made it through the whole thing. Yikes, not about Krampus or Krampus's mom at all. The story is about a witch sent to wreak havoc on a town. Molly is framed, you're welcome, for kidnapping and come on man, spoilers man, for kidnapping and killing the town's children and is hung by the townspeople. This story is very redundantly told. So she curses them all to a visit from Frau Percha, the Christmas witch. The vast majority, at least it seemed like it, of this film is soft drama backed by somber piano, a real thrill ride. It is something typically dull and dry by the Brits. By the Brits. Oh, sure. They can make a great zombie comedy. Whoever wrote this should have his laptop wrung from his cold, dead hands, as this movie features maybe the worst dialogue I've ever heard from a movie. It is possible it was improvised by the non-actors in this production. I would believe that too. I mean, nothing to recommend here. I didn't even think the gore was good, which other people have commented on. Just very dreary and dull. 1 out of 5. I think the best part in here is the gore, and I guess Wallet Boyniak was not impressed.
Not impressed at all.
I mean, at least they went practical for it.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Was there any I don't think there was any CGI in here.
Yeah, because it's very jump cut when she teleports. I'm glad they didn't try to add any After Effects CG of her teleporting like a TikTok effect. I think that was the best thing that they tried to keep it all practical.
Right. Yep.
And I don't know, but it didn't feel like. Okay, so some of the dialogue by the church patrons was very they're probably just PAs or something that worked on set. The dad, the one that was it's all bullshit, he was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was I believe this guy. He seems like he'd be a really grade A asshole at this kind of meeting. He's yeah, so what I participated in the lynching. She's fucking dead.
You're right. That was 20 years ago. Who cares?
Right. And so, yeah, I guess I have to watch the second one to see if I get more of Frau Percher.
Right. Yeah, because it ends in a weird way. You back to spoilers. Sorry, guys. You have the girl, and she's in front of a candle. It's all dark. You can get the little shadow of Frau Percher behind her, and she's like, "You're safe. You're here with us now." And then the candle blows out, and then in a guy's creepy voice, it's Oh, maybe that's the guy's creepy voice is like, "You're here with us now."
He's like, "You're home now."
Oh, you're home now. And I'm like, was that Krampus?
Right. Right. They didn't even show it. I was like, come on, man, give me some of the antlers.
Right.
They only showed like the bottom of his mouth.
So, but like then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what? So you thought that the Frau Percher or Molly was the bad guy, and then it turns out that she's the good guy saving the kids. But then was she really then still the bad guy? But
well, no, because she made a deal, and to exact her revenge, she had to bring this witch children.
Yes.
I guess to feed Krampus. I don't know. I guess that was the trade-off, right?
So okay, so looking into it, like I said, kind of looking into this, there was 2 other working titles.
Okay.
So there, it's Mother of Krampus or Mother Krampus.
Yeah.
But the working titles were the 12 Deaths of Christmas.
Okay.
Because there was 12 kids that were killed, and they do show at the bratty kid at the end. There's a 12 in blood painted on the door.
Yeah.
Which would have made more sense if like every kid that disappeared had a number. Somewhere, and they just kind of omitted that. That was a little odd. So when that 12 was there, it was like, huh?
No. I think if they had named it the 12 Deaths of Christmas, I would have gotten even more disappointed, because I would have thought it was like 12 little mini short stories.
Oh, right.
And I think that's why they maybe were like, oh, we can't do that one because then people are gonna think it's an anthology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they also had one that was like the Curse of Frau
See,
and like that one seemed like it would make more sense, but I think that's one of those things where it was like, Krampus is scary and it's a Christmas story, so let's make this seem to be related to Krampus so we could sell it.
yeah, but then if you're only showing this in Europe, if Frau Percher is like this legend in Europe, then it would make more sense to just be like the Curse of Frau Percher, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, Krampus. Yeah, I get the marketing idea behind using Krampus, because they're like everyone in the world knows about Krampus, especially because The Office kept talking about Krampus. So then, yeah, it makes more sense. Like, it got us to watch this. I don't think we would have ever watched this if we were like, oh, who the fuck is Frau Percher?
Right, yeah, this would have been like some late night watching or something. And
Yeah.
just be like, what is this movie?
Right, this is something they throw on Sci-Fi at 3 in the morning. They're like, no one knows who Frau Percher is. Just put that on.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have any, there's, do they still have, like, those ads at 3 in the morning? 3, 4 in the morning where it's just, like, random infomercials?
Oh, yeah.
They still do? Okay. I haven't had cable in forever. Coke, do you still have it?
Teresa does. So yeah, so like every once in a while, like I'll get up like early in the morning or something, and you'll be like, hey, I wonder if there's something on like Sci-Fi Channel, because I'm done. I can't only watch so much Dr. Phil. And then you throw it on and you're like, you got like the hour-long like Ninja Bullet blending machine.
No more slap chops. Yeah. Look at that. Boom. Salad. Boom.
Or
stew.
The guy who's the spray on like glue sealant.
The Flex Seal.
Flex Seal, yes.
The only way people know Flex Seal is because of that meme. Where he's all like, management and the pizza party. I feel like that's all they know that from. Oh man, but so just to let you guys know, we are coming up to our hour. Thank you if this is the first time you guys are joining us. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's and all that stuff. And the way that we do our reviews is in 4 sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and Ultimate Box Collection. With, it's unfair to be like, oh yeah, this will have all the Krampus movies in it. Because then it's just like, this is in the back end. You're like, I'm not buying this for Mother Krampus.
Right. But this was 2017.
Yeah.
And so then there is a part 2. And so we're just got to assume that there's a part 3 coming soon. So
Right.
if you got like the trilogy, I'm going box set. I feel like it's entertaining enough to watch, and it's bad enough that like you want to show your friends, like you kind of like you want to punish them. You're like, I was forced to watch this, and
So you will be too.
I need you also to feel my pain.
Oh, but don't worry, guys. This is gonna be a 3-movie marathon.
But yeah, I think there's probably enough if you had a little party or something going on, and you wanted to be like horror Christmas party. You throw this on here. You throw some of the other horror Christmas movies. It's got enough Christmas stuff in to really make it a Christmas movie.
Yeah, with the dinner scene.
The girl who turns into the ornaments.
Yeah.
And then I love
the blowout.
I
during
love
dinner.
this. Like, I really liked the originality of the scene where she's got the little gingerbread man cookie stamps, and she cuts them out of the girl's back, and then was like cooking them.
Yeah,
making little gingerman beef jerkies.
Oh. That was probably the best kill in here. It was like the most creative. It was on theme.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
okay,
yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh man. See, it would. Okay, so without watching Mother Krampus 2, I would just say stream it. You know, Kobe likes to. You know, if he sees something that bad and he wants other people to suffer with him, it's more of a joke to him than because he's already like, I already watched it. I don't have to pay attention. I just want to watch other people's faces.
Right. And like, I would never like show somebody a really boring movie.
No, this isn't boring.
Yeah, because like that to me, that's like that's like
even worse.
That's truly a bad movie. If a movie is boring, then it just you don't want to share it.
Yeah.
But if it's like just like funny bad, like yeah, you gotta like it, like, hey dudes, we're bad movie night. Everybody bring some beer because we're watching this.
Yeah, this is definitely a movie where everyone is like yelling something or like just
right. Yeah,
they're saying like, this is fucking, why would she do that? What about your daughter, you idiot?
Here, like, and so dumb. Like, all these bad things are happening. Like, these things that are totally unrealistic. But then the dad, like, after the girl gets, like, the new girlfriend gets chopped up, Molly puts the things into a dish, puts it into the oven, and ex-husband comes out, and he looks, and he sees the smoke from the oven, and he opens the oven, and he sees, like, the little chunks of his new girlfriend in there.
Yeah.
Why is the thing in this movie that bothers me is he reaches in and pulls it out, no potholder.
Yeah, that's my same thought with that scene. I was like, are we just giving up on minor details because this thing just got done, and has he worked in the kitchen all his life and he just has no more feelings in his fingers? Yeah, definitely one of the things that, like, if you're getting drunk and you're at a little watch party for bad movies and you see that everybody is up in arms.
Yeah.
Like, what the like, forget about this crazy lady that's teleporting all over the place. The fact that this man barehandedly took this thing out is gonna be the biggest issue. Oh man. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another year of
absolutely Merry
movies.
Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody.
And definitely there's a lot of sales coming up after Christmas sales.
Yep.
And you're definitely going to want to use our Amazon links.
Our affiliate links down below.
Yeah. We're really close to a spicy chicken sandwich. So
with your help, we can supersize it.
Right? Extra mayo. Big Mac sauce. Oh man! But thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, and of course, if you want to get a hold of us in the new year, hit us up on our Facebook. We got a whole nother year coming up, so we got 12 months of themes that we need you to help us fill.
Right, and as you know, as technology is getting better, the more bad movies that are coming out, we can't ever run out.
Hey, and if you are a producer of a small film company or a writer of something, and you got a movie that's coming out, and you want us to review your movie, we would be more than happy to.
Yes, definitely. Show me that movie. There better be boobs. All right. If it's a horror film, there better be boobs.
Right.
Everything else is up in the air. Put in whatever you want.
Right. Yeah. We don't want boobs in a child's movie.
Oh God. Oh, it'll be like that. What did you ever see that movie? I think Seth Rogen directed or produced, where he has 3 kids that are like the South Park kids.
Oh yes.
And I was like, oh, that'd be so weird if there. I feel like there's boobs in that, and that'd be so weird. Right? It'll don't give me Porky's with elementary school kids in it. At least let them be in high school, played by clearly 30-year-olds.
Right. Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We enjoy making these guys for you. We still have a pretty small audience, but we appreciate you.
Absolutely, every single one of you.
But yeah, my name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. And it's on the album Music for Podcast 3. And her Bandcamp is down below.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you.